What's happening, my Block buddies? This is Callum from Blocked Content, and we have some awesome news. I just saw this right now. It actually says that Nintendo Switch has a presentation for that console slated for 2017, but very close. It is actually January 12th. So I'm super excited about this. Nintendo will actually announce okay, are you ready? The Nintendo Switch release date. Yes, so it will be March, but when will it release? We don't really know, but we will know on January 12th. Its pricing, so yes, we will finally know pricing in just a few months. It's so close. And then launch titles. So let me say this again. January we will know the launch titles of this console. This is insane news because, we've been waiting for, all these weird, demo kind of games to kind of get unveiled. And what is this new Mario, that's set in like a Mexico City? What is this new Mario Kart that's seemingly sort of a enhanced port with some new elements? What is this Splatoon game that has some updated graphics and some new, abilities for your character? What is happening with these games? And we will finally know come January 12th. And I'm legitimately very excited for that, because it will probably be a Nintendo Direct, right? Nintendo Directs are famous for, being these live-streamed long videos that could even take up an hour, which will show what Nintendo is actually up to. Now, thanks to NintendoNews.com, we have a little more information about this. It says invited media, analysts, and trade partners can attend the special presentation in Tokyo, which is awesome because, if it will be live streamed, and it actually says so, the event will be globally live streamed on January 12th in the US and Europe. However, Nintendo will share the exact times on social media in the coming week. So very soon we will actually know the time, so we can set our watches for the actual time when the reveal is taking place, so you can take your day off work or something like that. In addition, Nintendo will host a public hands-on event for Nintendo Switch at Japan's Tokyo Big Sight Convention Center on January 14 and 15. Similarly, Nintendo Switch sampling events will take place in the US and Europe around the same time, according to Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima. We actually know about this. We just posted a video on the interview with Kimishima where he actually talked about, these sampling events where people can actually play the Nintendo Switch before it releases, which is awesome because this means, press events are just around the corner. We will actually know some impressions about, what is this console about? What can it do? And how good does it feel in your hands? How good are the games? So to me, that's super exciting. A new main series Super Mario won't be launching on the Nintendo Switch, according to Nintendo Shigeru Miyamoto. A January 2016 report claims Bandai Namco is developing an enhanced port of Super Smash Bros. That is planned as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch. Wow, this news is just dropping out of nowhere, and it's hitting me pretty hard because it actually says that a new Super Mario game, so the Super Mario game that we've seen, the very short 3 seconds of the actual, new 3D mainline Mario won't launch with the Nintendo Switch. So we're gonna have to wait a little while, and everyone was kind of hoping that, they had this much downtime after 3D World, so they could have already completed the new Mario at the time of release, but they don't, and they're not, launching it with a Mario game. So if they only launch with Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I say only, but that game is of course amazing, but if they only launch with that game, it probably won't be enough to make that big of an impression because that game will probably have come out for the Wii U maybe in January or February. So in March, launching with Zelda, maybe some people will not pick that up. Maybe, of course, the Wii U title launches alongside the Switch, but I don't think they will do that, considering what they did with Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, releasing the 3DS one earlier, because if you release it at the same time, who's going to buy the 3DS version, which, is the same issue here. If you release it, who would buy the Wii U version and not just the Nintendo Switch version of the Breath of the Wild? You could take it anywhere, and it's better graphics, better quality. I mean, you'd be kind of crazy to, not get it on that system. And just to hear that a January 2016 report claims that Bandai Namco is developing an enhanced port of Super Smash Bros. We know this for quite a while, but thinking about this, is it still planned as a launch title for now? We've not seen anything about this in the trailer, but there is a big chance that this very cool Nintendo Direct coming on January 12 will actually have some information about Super Smash Bros. Because Super Smash Bros. Switch might be coming, which means that it will be an enhanced port of the Wii U version, which would mean no, 3DS version or something similar to that, but just the Wii U version, and you could take that on the go, and probably it will have more characters, right? An enhanced port would probably mean, it looks better. Maybe it has even more past stages, right? Of course, it will have all the DLC included. There's, kidding around on that, but I do feel like they have to introduce a grand new mode, or else this game just won't have enough of a selling point. I think Sakurai has said in many interviews that he is not interested in just releasing a new Smash game, that the only thing that it does uniquely is, introduce more characters and more stages and more items. That is not what that guy is about. And so for Super Smash Bros. Melee, it was actually about expanding the game mode so much, and that everyone loved, of course, and expanding, of course, the moveset of the characters. Now, for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, it was actually expanding, the story mode, which they actually introduced with the very awesome Subspace Emissary that fans absolutely love. It was kind of underwhelming at the time, but looking back on it, it was such a fan favorite that everyone loved. And then they, iterated on that with Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, having the title on an handheld and, of course, on a console, and also introducing more of a tournament style competitive play with the Omega stages and stuff like that. Also a very solid online mode, and characters from all over the video game world were introduced, like Pac-Man, like Cloud, and all others, fan favorites. And to me, having a Smash Brothers game being released is such a big deal, because so many parties have to be involved with that kind of a game. It has to jump through so many hoops to get made. Of course, it'd be pretty easy to just release that enhanced port, because you already have all the permission for all the songs. You already have, all the art assets. You already have all that balancing work made. But to me, Smash Brothers is not that kind of a game, It's not that kind of a franchise, because Smash Brothers is this, throned the best Nintendo franchise, since Super Mario and Pokemon, because it's just combining everything that makes all those things special. The combat, the goofiness, the quality, the gameplay, the colors, everything of Nintendo games is in those Super Smash Brothers games, alongside couch gameplay, couch multiplayer. So thinking that an enhanced port of Super Smash Bros. Is planned as a launch title, it worries me a little bit. They have to announce a very special, selling point for that game. And of course, that could be something along the lines of a story mode too, but we already had that shock with Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Maybe they will do something like an online hub world where you can walk around in 3D instead of 2D, and then, you can pick fights with people. I don't know. There's so many things that they could potentially do with the Smash Brothers series that we're just thinking inside this little competitive, one against one box. But I think that there is so much you could potentially do with that franchise. Just think about something like a Super Smash Kart or something like that. So many things are possible with the franchise that is Super Smash Bros., combining everything you love. And I just hope that Nintendo takes the right call and doesn't just make an enhanced port that has more characters and more stages, because that could do the franchise some serious damage in my eyes. But yeah, it is planned as a launch title, supposedly. Also, Nintendo announced, the Switch via this 3-minute introduction video on October 20. And what's funny is in less than 24 hours, the Nintendo Switch trailer became Nintendo's most popular video on their YouTube channel, surpassing the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild introduction video. So a large number of developers have shown interest in Nintendo's upcoming home gaming system. However, strong support was also pledged for Nintendo's Wii U, the company's current generation unsuccessful home console. So yeah, the same thing happened for Wii U, but that wasn't quite as popular. So the news for today is obviously that Nintendo reveals plans for, a Nintendo Switch presentation. Because in the presentation to financial analysts in Tokyo, the Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima announced that major details regarding the company's new Nintendo Switch home gaming system will be shared at the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017. just my closing thoughts on this is it's so exciting to think about this console, having more information come out of it, because everyone is so extremely excited about the Nintendo Switch, and we know a lot about it already. The only thing that we really don't know anything about is the games. We've only seen little hints of the games, and I think it would be a very smart choice for Nintendo to just lift the curtain on all the launch games that will be coming, and maybe some in the future, because if the Switch is to launch without the mainline Mario game, the very cool 3D World 64-inspired Mario game that we saw in the trailer, if that isn't actually launching, we need more info on that, because you can't just leave us hanging with those few seconds. I actually need some more. Anyway, this was all the news of today for the Nintendo Switch coming. There will undoubtedly be a lot more. Just follow Blocked Content, because we will be reporting on everything Nintendo Switch, because we're so excited for this console. And also, remember to subscribe to Blocked Content, because we're almost hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is insane, because we've only just started this channel and it's already becoming widely, popular, and the fans are just so awesome to us, and, leaving comments that are full of, kind words and their own analyses that help us make new videos. So thank you so much for that. Also, remember that for the fans, we have a special Super Mario Maker Goodie Challenge. What that means is you can actually win magnets of Super Mario Maker for on your fridge to create your own levels. Only thing you have to do is place a comment down below, and if it's unique or awesome, we will send you these magnets. So anyway, please subscribe to Block Content and become part of our family. And for more news on Nintendo, Super Mario, Pokemon, anything that you love, you know where it's at. It's Blocked Content. See you guys later.